There's no need. This is the headmaster when no one knows I'm speaking. Fortunately for you, I'm already in the gallery, speaking, making the comments, just like everybody else, mumbling.
The headmaster stood up from the gallery seats behind you and slowly walked onto the witness stand. Onto the stand.
Could you sit down, please?
Has he been here the entire time?
Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Cuthbert.
Cuthbert.
But do you think... I won't acquiesce to that one. But do you think I am the one who committed this crime?
I'm sorry, Redmond. But no matter how I look at it, everything I found points to you.
No, there's no need to apologize.
Say you're right. Say you're right.
Say you're right. Case over. Case 3 now. In fact, I should commend you on the lengths that you're going to defend dear Wallace. Oh, he's gonna fight. The court appreciates your understanding, Mr. Redmond. I'm angry. Now then, to clear the air, I suppose I should give my testimony on what happened that day.
I killed her.
I killed her. The end. Case gone. That day, I had a meeting scheduled with the professor at noon. She showed up at the expected time, and we discussed various administrative matters. Our meeting went on for an hour, after which she left to prepare for her next class. Despite our many disagreements, we still knew how to be civil with one another. After all, I had no reason to bear a personal grudge against her. Except we do know.
Yeah.
We have this piece of evidence. I just can't see it. He seems like such a nice person. Is he really the person we're looking for?
He has to be. No one else could have orchestrated the entire plot. You just need to find out how and why. If only we could figure that out somehow.
God, if only we could. If only we had all the pieces of evidence.
What was this meeting for?
Oh, nothing of note. We were merely discussing her daily operations and duties within the academy. I'm so angry. In an academy such as ours, it is beneficial to regularly communicate with the staff.
So she showed up at exactly 12 p.m.?
More or less. Catherine Bellwether was many things, but she was never tardy. I'm angry every time I think about her.
There aren't any witnesses this hour before the meeting, so you don't have any way to disprove what he's saying. It'd be best to look elsewhere in his testimony.
How long did this meeting last, Headmaster? Our meeting went for an hour.
So that means the professor left your office at 1 p.m.?
Yes, she was quite adamant about taking time to prepare her lesson plans.
Now that you think about it, Frigga has no idea what the time was but when she saw Bellwether. If the headmaster is lying about when the meeting ended, there'd be no way to verify it, which would account for the hour gap that Steelwind mentioned. Damn it, did the headmaster really do this? After hearing so much about her, I find that a little hard to believe.
I can see why you'd say that, but despite everything, I was still her superior. She always remained professional when speaking to me.
Is that really true, though?
Do you just want to present
Really?
Oh.
Even after the way she acted, I think it's this one. Even after the way she acted towards the student and the faculty?
Make no mistake, I've heard many complaints regarding her actions, and I've had many conversations with her to try to correct her behavior. But at the end of the day, she was a remarkable professor, regardless of her lack of people skills. His testimony pretty much matches what we know so far.
I'm not entirely sure if he's lying or not.
Present some evidence, please.
But at the very least, we know that he was involved in the professor's murder. But why? If you can figure out his motive, you might be able to figure out what in the court. Yeah.
It was about administrative duties.
Oh,
not about.
no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Careful. Let's hope it's it.
Redmond, did you really hold no animosity toward Professor Bellwether?
Of course not. I did have strong opinions about her methods of teaching, but I always remained professional. We both did.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. In fact, I think you might have had a very good reason to murder the professor, considering that she was going to take your job.
What? So you knew about that? I'm sorry, but I don't follow.
Wait a minute.
Just how was the professor going to take the headmaster's job?
According to Miriam Frege, Catherine Bellwether was currying favor with the noble families. In fact, there is a plan to oust Mr. Redmond and appoint Bellwether as the new headmaster of the academy.
What? But in any case, I doubt that the headmaster had any idea of this until now.
He just said so you knew about that. I'd like to remind the court of the witness's reaction just now.
And words.
He said, so you knew about that. Thank you, Tyrion. His reaction was one of surprise. But he wasn't surprised by this information. He was surprised I knew this information.
That's... Please, dear Arya. I may be a frail old man, but I'm perfectly capable of defending myself. Or prosecuting myself, which
Yeah.
I mean...
She's not the defense attorney. If you have an explanation, Mr. Redmond, but then by all means, I'd love to hear it.
Gladly. Oh my god, please.
More testimony.
It is true that I knew about the Frega's plot beforehand, but I had only just learned about it. On the day of the murder, the professor told me about her plan. She was going to replace me as headmaster and replace the staff with her arcane constructs. Now you might say that this would have given me the perfect motive to murder the professor. However, the supposed murder weapon was stolen from Miss Frega. This happened weeks before the murder and my discovery of the professor's treachery. I had no knowledge of their plan before she told me, and therefore I wouldn't have known to steal Miss Frega's weapon in an attempt to frame her. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Cuthbert? There is no way that the headmaster could have come up with this plan. If he really did do this, that means he stole the rapier too, right? If only we had something that talked about
Most
it a couple
likely.
weeks before.
His alibi makes sense, but
Nope, his alibi makes sense. That's me. You couldn't have planned this whole thing unless he knew about Bellwether's plans. That would mean he knew about this weeks ago. If only we had testimony. But how did he even find out?
the best way to tell a convincing lie is to leave a lot of truths and only change one detail. Maybe Bellwether did tell him, but she actually told him weeks ago.
If only there was evidence.
The question is, how do you prove that?
If only there was evidence.
Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination.
Do we need to cross-examine if we have the evidence that directly contradicts it? And as long as we're fast, this dialogue shouldn't last too long.
Yeah. So, you only learned about it recently? Doesn't that seem a bit too convenient for you?
It may appear that way, yes. But on the day of the murder...
That must have infuriated you. Your colleague betrayed you and attempted to steal your job.
I'm only human. Of course I was taken aback. I've been headmaster of the Imperial Academy for decades, and I'm angry about it. To think that the professor and the board would go around my back like that.
With the professor dead, you won't have to worry about losing your job. At least not for a while.
I suppose you're correct, and there are others who benefit too. The faculty staff is now aware of the Frega's plot. With her plot delayed, they won't need to worry about abruptly losing their jobs either.
But what happens if you prove that Redmond is the killer? He'll lose his job and House Frega will just appoint someone else. No, you can't think about that now. If you don't prove Redmond's guilt, the court will convict Wallace. As the headmaster, you'd probably have the tools available to get into her room.
Yes, I will admit that. I don't think you should say it like that.
I have keys to every female student's room.
The Academy has a master key that can be used to enter each of the students' dorms. And yes, as headmaster, I would have access to that key.
Then you had the perfect way to get into her room and steal the rapier undetected.
I suppose I did. However, there's one flaw with your logic. I had no knowledge of the plan beforehand.
It was my understanding that the Fregas wanted to keep this a secret until the very end. Why would Bellwether, of all people, tell you about her betrayal?
I imagine she wanted to taunt me with that information. We've long had our disagreements, and looking back, she may have resented me for that. And at that point, there wasn't anything I could do to stop her.
Really? I thought you and the professor were on good terms.
I'd thought so too, but I suppose it was all a facade. She was just biding her time until she could take my position as the headmaster. He had to have known about Bellwether's betrayal weeks ago.
Right, the question is, how do we prove it?
We have something that proves that he knew about it before the day of the murder.
It's that guy, right?
Not that one.
Not that one.
It was...
Oh God.
There's some kind of testimony about it. Click the faces? There was something that he heard said.
Yeah, but it was said by her.
Was it by Valentina?
Valentina said that she heard it from Jan a couple weeks ago, I think.
Well, from Jan, then.
Yeah, but...
Look at the scrolls.
Map. Evidence of dishonesty.
Or the books.
Lockdown system. 4 pillars. Evidence in the locker.
What about that second thing?
Second thing?
That second construct.
Oh, this guy?
Okay.
There's a construct in the locker room.
Inactive in the locker room, but keep clicking on them. It's in this. It's in one of these. Try all the way. Oh. Why did you didn't even look at the other ones?
I just, this happened a couple weeks ago. That happened a couple weeks ago.
I'm sure it might be part of it. You keep missing the. What about the bottom left testimony?
The plan?
According to Jan, with Headmaster during a few weeks ago. You're not even listening to me. What? That's what it is. That's the thing.
What?
Real.
That's this one. Almost certainly, right?
No. That's what I mean. That's why I was baffled. Okay, I guess that's the one, even though it's the same thing.
I'd already done this one, though.
You didn't do the first one? You were on the last one, I think.
I just did the last one, but I did the first one first.
Why does that disprove it?
Let's see. Yeah.
On the day of the murder.
Yeah.
God damn.
Redmond, you keep saying that you didn't know about Bellwether's plot before yesterday. Do you still plan on standing behind that claim?
Of course I am, because it's the truth. Unless you had.
I'm sorry, Redmond, but you should really close your doors during your meetings.
What? Did someone see you?
It is true that Bellwether revealed her plan to you during one of your meetings. In fact, Jan Hughes happened to overhear that same meeting, but he only overheard the part where the staff would be replaced. And that's the strangest part, Redmond.
I confess, you got me. Case done.
According to Mr. Hughes, this meeting occurred weeks ago.
You can't accuse the headmaster of perjury based on a rumor. Everything you've just said is based on second-hand information.
Mr. Hughes distinctly overheard the staff would be replaced with arcane constructs. This is too specific and too accurate to assume that he misheard a different conversation.
The professor probably only revealed her plan for the arcane constructs. That still doesn't prove that he knew about her treachery beforehand.
Professor Bellwether had no authority over the cleaning staff's employment. It wouldn't make sense for her to just reveal her plan for the arcane constructs. That would only make sense if he knew that Bellwether would be taking his job. So tell me one thing, Redmond. Why did you find the need to lie about this? Is it because you saw a need to protect yourself from my accusations?
You're right, I did it.
Redmond, I asked you a question. Did you murder Catherine Bellwether?
What a fine mess this is. I'm not done, not yet. You're going to have to use the eye. You stupid headmaster. So, you truly plan on pushing this, are you? Well, your thesis sounded promising, Mr. Cuthbert. But I believe your arguments could use a little work.
It's Cuthbert!
The Eye of Horus. You think I killed Catherine Bellwether? Me? I'm an elderly man in his late 80s. I was alone and had nothing to overpower Bellwether with. Incorrect. I could barely walk, much less wield a rapier.
He can barely walk?
I could barely walk.
Arcane constructs?
Yep. Because it's in the headmaster's office.
But you and Bellwether weren't the only people in that room, were you? You needed the arcane construct to carry Bellwether's body.
Did you just call it a person? Oh, we have new evidence.
That means that the construct would have already been in your office. And with your privileges, you could have easily programmed the construct to stab Bellwether for you.
Oh, this is only going to take about 5 more arguments. Even so, think about what would have transpired afterward. Recall Miss Steelwind's timeline of Bellwether's witnesses. With your theory, the construct would have spent more than an hour in the library. Having it there would have risked my so-called ruse from being discovered. Luckily, Lady Frege can't tell night from day. I wouldn't have the construct linger around the library. It would be intuition, because it's not logic, because she doesn't know, like, because it's just like, she doesn't know.
The timing deduced from Miss Frega's testimony is predicated on one thing. She saw Ms. Bellwether exit your office after your meeting. However, if we assume that you're lying about when this meeting ended, your entire argument falls apart. Miss Frega would have encountered Bellwether after her death at 2:01 p.m.
Miss Frega wouldn't have made a mistake like that. She's not well known for it.
Miss Frega thought it was morning when she saw Bellwether. She can't reliably tell the time.
Oh my god, how could I not have foreseen this guy? Why don't I just confess and get it over with? Then what about where the rapier was placed? If I really was the murderer, then that would mean I planted the weapon in young Wallace's locker. Several of the students had lockers there that I had access to. I wouldn't have placed incriminating evidence in that locker. Wallace is one of my prized students. If I had to frame anyone, he would be the last person I chose.
Present.
Because you thought it was different. You thought it was different.
Which one is it?
Do you just bring up Wallace?
Evidence in the locker?
Yeah, that's evidence in the locker room.
You're right, Mr. Redmond. You wouldn't try to frame Wallace, but you would try to frame Miriam Frega.
Ooh.
It would have been the perfect act of revenge, wouldn't it? You murder your treacherous coworker and frame the daughter of the family that helped her. But something went wrong, didn't it, Redmond? The label on Wallace's locker and Miriam's locker were switched. Anyone who saw that would have easily mixed them up.
I am the headmaster of the Imperial Academy. I would have records of all the students' lockers and where they're located. If only it wasn't for schoolyard bullying. If I truly planned this, I would have known where Wallace's locker was. A simple change in labels wouldn't have led me to make a careless mistake like that.
Nope. This one.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope, that's not right. He would have noted. Oh, it is the right one. But this you.
But this is all based on the assumption that he was the person that planted the rapier.
Well, what? But no, that is actually.
I guess construct in the locker room.
Hold on, I'm gonna be. It's like 1 minute.
But it wasn't you, was it? Your arcane construct was the one who placed the rapier in the locker. I bet you commanded it to place the rapier in the locker of Miriam Frega, but it saw the ID number on Wallace's locker and assumed it was Miriam's. This is... Redmond begins desperately stammering, looking for something to say. Miss Stillwind, say something. What? Mr. Cuthbert, Josh can't stop me now. Your theory may be plausible, but there's no evidence to support it. Why did I sound like that? Huh, that's right. You don't have any proof, do you?
There's no evidence of my orders. Saying that I could have committed the murder isn't the same as proving I did it.
Present the logs.
Why am
Where
I
are the
trying
logs?
to get out of this at this point? Isn't it up at the top? Because it can only change based on his voice.
Yeah, but which one
That's
says
the top.
that?
That's the top one.
This one?
Yeah, it says it can only be changed or adjusted by the Academy Headmaster.
No.
Nope. What? I guess it does whatever.
Yeah.
It should have the logs on it.
There's something that says logs.
Is it that one? It should be the first one. But I mean, it didn't work, so clearly.
Oh yeah, every command is stored in the command log.
But then we did use that, so it doesn't matter.
I just used this one, right?
I don't know. Did you use that one? If... No. Uh-oh. You're gonna... There's no evidence of the orders. Are you gonna save it?
Can I?
I don't...
There's
I
no
don't know.
save. What was the thing?
There's just no evidence of my orders.
But it should be this one. Like,
And we did do that one.
yeah.
Lockdown, autopsy. What about the testimony of the... Could you go back to the shadowy figure testimony? Because that is the construct testimony. And you used that one.
I think
So we... What do you mean you think you did?
I've forgotten already. My brain is gone.
That's not good. We did that one, though.
Yeah.
The logic one. And we did the first one that says that there's evidence of the... We have 2 more hits we can take.
I thought we did the first one, right?
We did. Right? Like, you selected that, and then we did present evidence.
I thought I did.
Because it was the change adjusted by the Academy Headmaster, and then we selected it.
Yeah, just
There's
don't
no way it
know.
could have
I
swapped.
selected it again, right? I've done this one a second time. In this present.
Yeah. It must be cleared regularly. Just go down, start reading them bit by bit.
Okay. Steel Wind's deduction. No, probably not that one.
Yeah.
Construct's logic limitation. Let's see.
But we did that.
Did we do that for this?
Yes, we
Okay.
did that for this one because I saw us. We took 2 hits.
Okay.
One was the top arcane construct, and one was the logic.
Okay.
Or was? Oh no! Oh no!
I don't remember. It's probably not the rapier.
Wait, try the top one. Did you switch it last minute to
don't think
the
I did.
other,
I don't think I did. I might have.
or did you swap it from that one to this one?
I don't know.
We have 2 chances. Try the empty one because it would be,
The empty one?
well, the empty one because that would have the logs.
You mean this one?
Yes, it would have logs.
Okay.
And it would be the evidence.
Your
Oh my
arcane
God.
construct is still in the locker room where it planted the rapier. All we have to do is take a look inside it, and we'll see the blood inside.
Is that so, Mr. Cuthbert?
What? Why does he still look so confident?
No, Mr. Cuthbert, I already checked the inside of that construct now during my investigation. The interior was completely clean.
What?
God, the construct's primary function is to assist and clean, dear Tyrion.
It cleaned itself, idiot, after killing her.
Oops.
Wait a minute.
They have a function that allows them to clean themselves inside and out.
Why would you tell me? Well, we can still look at its command history, right?
But you don't have to look at the command history if it was changed, if the voice was changed. Think about it, Mr. Cuthbert. Do you honestly think that the murderer would leave behind evidence like that? I'm sure that whoever orchestrated this plot, they ordered the construct to wipe its logs when it was finished.
No.
That's right, Mr. Cuthbert. I ordered it to wipe the logs. Your case against me is theoretical at best, but I suppose I can still give you marks for trying.
Damn it! He thought of everything. Was he seriously about to get rid of all the? Was he seriously able to get rid of all the evidence? You're running out of options, but you still have 1 tool left.
My eye. Ha! It's unbecoming to glare like that, young Tyrion. He's doing it again. Bring
yourself back to that moment with Garrick Pierce. Think about what's at stake for Wallace, just like you did with Celeste. His life and his future are in your hands.
Just bring up random evidence or something.
Yeah. Empowered eye. You activate the empowered eye again. Redmond did a good job covering his tracks, but there has to be something that he forgot to get rid of.
I'm going to find the evidence.
Project what?
I'm going to plant evidence.
Constructs logic limitations, or the thing that says it has to be cleared.
Have you used the logic structure?
It has not come up yet.
Maybe. I
don't have a health bar anymore. The construct.
Oh. Oh, right, because you're like, you implant the idea in the
Oh,
body.
yeah.
Lecture Hall 2B. And then plant the evidence in Frigga's locker. It was supposed to head to the storage room afterward. What happened?
Interesting. The construct wasn't supposed to be in the locker room.
Okay.
Lockdown.
Oh, I had to do everything I could to shift guilt away from myself. But did I leave any holes in my alibi? No, I counted for everything. There's no way I left any evidence behind.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess...
The orders were bad, and then... No, we just gotta figure it out, but... I don't think do we get... I did everything.
Oh,
I can't believe Valerie placed a trance of necromancy on the body. To make matters worse, the construct placed the evidence in the wrong locker.
so he did send the construct to the locker room to plant the evidence. He must have also fabricated the documents that accused Frigga of cheating.
Is it giving it to you?
Yeah, it was all to make her look like the murderer. But this doesn't give you anything new to work with.
Did you talk about the forged stuff yet?
No.
I would maybe try the forged.
That's what I just tried.
You tried the forged one?
This?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Rapier? We have no health bar.
Yeah, it's on Freyga's brat. Can't believe this. The necromancy. So it doesn't give anything new to work with. What about
Stinky?
Why not? Stinky. Other pieces of... I was far too reckless, but I needed some way to keep that lecture hall empty.
Oh, right. He must have botched the alchemy experiment on purpose to keep the lecture hall clear. Well, that doesn't really tell you anything you can use right now. Map?
The map, yeah. The construct's orders were clear. Plant the body in lecture hall 2B, and then plant the evidence in Freyga's locker. It was supposed to head to the storage room afterward. What happened? So, what order did he give?
He gave go from the
headmasters to the
lockers,
or headmasters to lecture hall 2B.
Yeah.
Go to the lockers, which are somewhere,
and then storage
go
closet.
Back. But something happened between then and then
that prevented it from leaving, which is why I wanted to. That's why I went straight to the lockdown system because.
It didn't clean.
Maybe if I just do this.
Sure. Why was the construct in the locker room, though? It shouldn't have been there if it had followed my orders. No matter, it wiped its logs. They have nothing on me.
So he did order to wipe its logs. In order to cover all its tracks, it probably would have done this last.
Wait.
He ordered the construct to go to the storage room. He would have done that after his finished planting evidence in the locker room. But we found it in the locker room.
What stopped the construct from leaving the locker room? Is it the...
Right. The body was probably reported earlier than Redmond expected. This means he probably started the lockdown before the construct was finished in the locker room.
How did the lockdown affect the construct's actions?
Freyga's rapier was destroyed by the lockdown!
I've got it!
Right.
Because it's his command.
I was looking for the construct.
Yes.
Right. The series of commands would have been interrupted. Wait a minute.
Constructs execute a series of commands in the orders that they are given. But let's say one of those tasks is impossible to complete. When the construct gets to that task, it will deem the entire series impossible to complete. As a result, it will stop executing the series altogether. So if a task in a series of commands is impossible, then that command will interrupt the entire series. I don't understand what that has to do with the... Construct's
final command was to wipe its memory. But if its orders were interrupted by the lockdown, then... Ms. Steelwind, I have nothing more to ask this witness.
But how is it interrupted by the lockdown if it's going in sequence?
So, like, he's told to go to the storage.
Okay.
But it can't. It's impossible because it's locked down.
So, okay.
And so then it shuts down.
And then it stopped. So it still has its logs. You're not giving up, are you? Just like the chess thing.
Do you even have to ask?
Well, wrap it up! Yeah, I thought so. But how are you going to prove he did it if he's not testifying?
Don't worry. The next witness's
Testify.
testimony will be all I need.
Next witness?
There's another?
Oh my god, that look on your face isn't one of defeat. Just what are you planning? Ha! It's nothing but desperate bravado. Now, if you'll excuse me.
See ya.
Joom. You've let your quarry get away, Mr. Cuthbert. I hope you know what you're doing.
I do, Ms. Steelwind. First, I'd like for the Inquisition to bring in the arcane construct in the Academy's locker room.
We've already established that the murderer could have wiped its history.
Please, just humor me for a second, Ms. Steelwind.
Very well. Bailiff, please relay Mr. Cuthbert's request to Commander White. Get that thing in here now.
Now!
Sup? Well, here's your construct. I hope you know what you're doing, Mr. Cuthbert.
It's Cuthbert. Construct.
What are your orders?
Please recite your command history.
Reporting. Command 1, stand by in Headmaster's office. Command 2, await vocal signal, attack from Theodore Redmond.
You hear Redmond stand up from the gallery. Seeing this, the prosecutor watches him and carefully clutches the handle of her cane.
Command 3, treat Catherine Bellwether as a hostile entity and neutralize. Ooh. Construct, wipe your huddle. Whatever this does.
Before he can finish his sentence, the prosecutor points her cane at the headmaster. Magical energy shoots from it and collides directly with him.
Ooh.
The magic wreaths around his body and stops him from moving. He's clearly trying to struggle against it, but it looks like he can't even move his mouth. Miss Steelwind.
Excuse the interruption. Please continue. Command 4, await vocal signal, leave from Theodore Redmond. Command 5, move to classroom 2B, reply to any inquiries with voice line number 3. Command 6, remove Catherine Bellwether from interior frame and place on floor.
Thank you, Construct.
Command 7.
You can stop now. Please stop. I think we all know the rest. But just to be clear, who gave you these series of commands?
Commands were provided by Headmaster Theodore Redmond. Oh, it's commanded by Professor Theodore Redmond. How? I ordered the construct to wipe its command history.
Mr. Redmond, constructs don't follow the same logic that humans do. They're prone to error when their commands are impossible to execute.
I think that normal human beings actually would function in a similar way, but in similar wrong ways, but not the same way. Impossible in what way were my commands impossible?
You were the one that made it impossible. You activated the lockdown system.
The lockdown?
The body was found earlier than you'd like. You had no choice but to immediately activate the lockdown system when it was reported. However, the construct was still in the locker room when you did this.
So that's why it was there.
The construct finished its tasks in the locker room, but then it tried to follow your next command. It tried to move to the storage room, but it was prevented from doing so. Completion of that command was impossible, so the series of commands was stopped before it wiped its history.
You little...
I didn't do it, bitch. Theodore Redmond, you ordered your construct to murder Catherine Bellwether. Then you had it place the murder weapon in a locker to frame Miriam Frege. And we have your construct's testimony to prove it. And that's checkmate.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Somebody stop. Can I arrest him? I can't believe it. How could you do something like this, Headmaster? Everybody hated her and she sucked. She was going to take everything from me. My position, my academy, my students. Everything would be gone. It was going to be stolen by her and the Freges. Why didn't you say anything to me? I could have...
Killed her.
Don't you dare stand there and act ignorant, Lady Steelwind. Do you think the Freges acted alone? Your father was a part of this plot too. What? I have nothing to say to you. I thought you were different. I listened to your lies about societal reform. You just turned 18, and I can't believe it. You're just like the rest of the aristocracy. I'm going to blame children for things that I, an 88-year-old man, could... By the scaled lord, what have I done? I was even willing to sacrifice poor Wallace. I can't believe Why did I do this?
Ooh. It appears we have a full confession.
What was that just now? I'm too stupid to fall for tricks like this.
I have an intelligence score of 2. The court sees no reason to prolong this any further. Bailiff, God, please escort the witness to a holding cell.
Oh God, Mr. Cuthbert, you really did it. It feels amazing, right? Like a big weight being lifted from your shoulders. I already have the job, though. Don't even think about it. It does, but I can't believe the headmaster was the one who did this.
Right. Despite everything Redmond did, he was the one that allowed Wallace to pursue his dreams. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is bittersweet for you.
Hey, remember that killing spell you've got?
You could go save him with Blighto.
Oh, what am I gonna do now? Headmaster Redmond was the only reason I could even attend the academy. With him gone. Come on, don't think like that. You got acquitted. I'm sure it'll all work out.
You want to agree, but necromancy is basically taboo.
Not illegal.
Without Redmond's support, there aren't many places he could learn it.
That does not make sense.
Then there's the Imperial Academy.
Hey, don't you get all sad on me too.
Sorry, I was just thinking.
You're saying all this out loud. It's
With
really
Redmond
annoying.
gone, the Fregas will probably just appoint another sycophant as their headmaster. Valentina, Valerie, and Jan, they're all going to lose their jobs.
Come on, you found the truth and you put a murderer behind bars. You saved Wallace. She's right. I'm here now. I'm back.
As you start to exit the courtroom, you're greeted by Ms. Timora.
It's been 7 hours.
Was she in the gallery this entire time?
I just got back here. At the end of the day, you saved Wallace from a wrongful conviction. You should be proud of yourself for that.
I suppose you're right. Maybe I am just overthinking things. But that doubt still lingers in your mind.
I'm gonna put in a patsy for... Now come on, I'm taking Wallace to that restaurant we went to last time. There's only one restaurant.
Do you remember how much that place cost?
Don't worry, I have plenty of gold.
Am I the only one on this team not making any gold?
Why don't you meet us there, Celeste? I need to talk with Tyrion for a moment. All right, let's go, Wallace. Okay. You activated the empowered eye again, didn't you?
She doesn't appear to be praising you. I did. I didn't really have a choice.
The Eye of Orus is a powerful tool, Tyrion. But that's twice now that you've used the empowered eye to get out of a tough spot. You can't keep relying on it if you want to grow as an attorney. If only you had cases that let you. One day you'll find a witness that the empowered eye won't work on.
If it's worked for me this far, though. But I suppose you're right. I'll try to rely on it less next time. And that marked the end of another case in my career as a defense attorney. Another life saved and another murderer brought to justice. But I still couldn't shake this feeling of uneasiness.
Yeah, probably because the murder is vaguely, I would say vaguely justified. Not like super justified, but nobody liked her and she did suck.
Was it guilt for what would happen to the faculty staff? Or was it something else?
Maybe we shouldn't be supporting the status quo of an oppressive justice system and nobility system. Save it. Oh, it's gonna take us back to... That was the episode end, right?
Yeah.
All right. Looks like that's it. Uh-oh. What did we do it? Who knows? All right, let's remember next time we don't read the thing again.
Yeah.
Because we don't need to.
Yeah.
Because that's the end of case 2. But anyway,
but there was an epilogue.
Was that an epilogue? I
Yeah.
thought that was the beginning of the next one.
I think that was an epilogue.
But it said case end.
It did say case. That's an epilogue. Is after.
But maybe we'll see the epilogue again next time on B-Buds? I don't know, but we are on a slight time crunch. So, goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna have to cover this with something because
Yeah.
you also close it in the middle of our goodbye.
I know.
Now
I'm
they'll
also
see
on
that
a
I
time
have
crunch.
yeah.